that's the end of the cycle. Wishy-washy niggas, yeah, I hate that.
I'm Cameron from Nosite Media, and first question is, what's your name?
My name is Flower and Bloom.
What does your name mean to you, and how'd you come up with it?
My name means well, I love the name Flower. My government name, I'm not gonna say it, but I have a very short name, and so I always wanted a nickname growing up, and people used to call me Flower Child, and I was like, That's a little bit played out." But then I I'm very big on like evolution and growing, just like seasons and really showing up for myself. So I was like, Flower and Bloom, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And then people started calling me Flower, and I was like, oh yeah, that's hard. I love that. So,
I guess I kind of asked you this a minute ago, but third question is, where are you from, and what was it like growing up there?
oh well, I'm not from High Point. Let me say that. I'm from Clinton, North Carolina, and I mean that ain't no better per se. It's definitely small and tiny. I mean, yeah, I'm from Clinton, North Carolina, and I'm really excited to be from there because I feel like I am. For that to be the place that I've come from, I feel like I'm just really cool as hell. It's like racist as fuck, like, and I don't know, just not a lot of opportunity there, not a lot of place for like creativity to bloom. So I think it's dope as heck that I'm from a place like where I'm from and the creative that I am.
Also, no disrespect, where is Clinton? I hear
So it's on like I'm not sure, but like the biggest cities near it are like Fayetteville is a big city near it, or Wilmington is a big city near it. Like I went to the beach a lot as a kid. Slight, cause I mean it's like 40 minutes away from the beach because it's the sticks. Like we only got country grocery stores, or you got to drive like 20, 30 minutes to go to like a Walmart or something like that.
what do you love about Winston-Salem?
Now, what do I love about Winston-Salem? Everything, honestly. It's a really cool little town. I love how it's like a mix between like city and like rural, I guess. Like it's not too busy, but it's not too slow. And as a person who came from literally the middle of nowhere, I don't necessarily like the city because that's like, it's a lot. But I also don't want to be like, again, where it takes 20 minutes to get to a grocery store either. So it's a nice balance. And I like the nature spots there. Like they have Salem Lake in Winston, and I really love that place. I go there often, and the quarry. And then they have like really cool parks. I have a son, so we go to almost every park there, and they're like pretty nice and, well taken care of. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And, they got, like, some cool food spots that taste like my aunts or uncles work there or stuff like that, like, real low key on the east side of Winston. I really love the food over there.
Tell us about your work with Bosha Nuvar. I hope I pronounced that right.
Almost. It's Bashanovar, but
Yeah, no disrespect.
yeah, that's my dog. This year in, like, let's say October or November, we would have been friends for 10 years. So I've known him for a really long time. Heck yeah.
Cool.
My, how time flies. When you say that junk out loud, it's like, oh shoot, 10 years, that's a long time. But yeah, I met Bosh in 2015. Yeah, I met Bosh in 2015. I didn't really know him or anybody in Winston really. I was in an acapella group
Hmm.
at UNCG, and my homegirl who was in the same acapella group, we're still friends to this day too, and she knew Rose, an artist out of Winston, and Bosh. And so they came to one of our competitions one time, and the acapella group that I was in, like it was only like three black people in there, so it was pretty close knit, all of us. So whenever I would hang out with Dev, my homegirl, she invited them to one of our competitions, and they came, and I was like, "Oh, these guys are cool."
That is
And
cool.
so I started hanging out with them, and like I'd come to Winston to visit my friend, but like, she had them as mutuals. So then I just got close with them. So I knew Bosh before I was even Flower and Bloom. Yeah.
So hold on, when did you like start making music?
I started making music in 2019.
Tell us about the story behind the Just Saying Shit video, and also where is the laundromat?
Oh, facts, facts, facts. So I do a lot of well, I wouldn't say a lot. I'm pretty much I don't know the right term, but I come up with the concepts for the videos. And I was like, okay, period. For this video, I really wanted to be, because it's called Just Saying Shit, I'm like talking about random things on a song. I want it to be like a really random video. And I wanted it to be like, okay, I go to sleep and it's a dream. Everything in it is a dream. And yeah, the laundromat is on Jonestown Road, actually. I cannot remember the name of it, but it's literally, I ain't gonna say the only one because I feel like it's several ones, but there's a laundromat on Jonestown in like a little shopping center.
Really?
And heck yeah, we just went there late one night and shot the video.
It's cool as fuck, and they were cool with it. There's a lot of places like that that don't just, like, let you film. That's really cool.
Yeah, I mean, if you call people ahead of time or just go in and talk to them and let them know, most people are like, cool with it. They just be like, yeah, just tag our business and stuff. So
Mhm.
that's what we do with a lot of places that we shoot at in Winston.
It makes sense. Plus, hey, now it's legendary. They probably got more business from that.
I really hope so, truly. I truly hope so. And I feel like we missed an opportunity because I found out later on, um, like, I don't know, maybe like a year or two after we shot that video, that there is a laundromat in Winston called Wishy Washy Laundry. I was like, dang, that would have been perfect for the lyrics, you know? So it's like wishy washy niggas, yeah, I hate that. I feel like that would have been fire. But I mean, hey, hindsight's 2020.
Tell us about the making of Just Saying Shit.
It's funny because it's really not like some long thought out, drawn out thing at all, actually. I was pooping one day and I was like, dang, I just want to start rapping. And
Oh, yeah.
so I I had this beat by OLSC, the guy who produced Just Ash It, and literally I was just sitting on the toilet, and it doesn't take me a long time to poop either, because I eat my fiber and whatnot. But I was like, hey, I'll just rap to this real quick, and I just started going, and I was like, oh wait, hold on, we might got something. So I just wrapped that up, aka my poop, and then I finished the song in like I don't know, like 30 minutes. It was real.
Hold on, no. You're saying you started rapping it while you were on the toilet, like the
Yeah,
moves?
yeah.
That's crazy. What the fuck? That's cool. It's not in a bad way. That's just cool. Like that's cool as fuck.
Literally, I was just and then I was like, "Hold on, we right got something here. Let me wrap this shit up."
Hell yeah.
Literally.
Yeah. No pun intended. Eighth question is what is steady hype?
Steady Hype. That is the music collective that I was a part of for a few years. It is essentially how I started my music career. I had met a few of the guys at a talent show, and they were like, "Hey, you're really talented. Like, have you ever thought about making your own music?" And I was like, "I mean, not really, but I guess." Because I used to like writing poetry a lot, so I was like, "Okay, period. I could probably do this." I started kicking it with them, and then I made the watering. I found, well, no, some dude was like, "I can sample something for you." He didn't sample it. It's literally just the beat to a Snow Allegra song, but he sent me that, and I was like, okay, cool. Made the song, and they were like, hold on, this hard. And OG Split, he was like, hey, I got a set at Southside Beer and Garden in Winston. He was like, you can perform your song on my set. I got 15 minutes. I was like, cool. And so I did that and got a good response from that. And just haven't stopped making music, honestly. And with them, and like I said, we were a rap collective, so we did a lot of shows in Winston. 2020, even though it was a pandemic, we was live. We were having shows, but we were having them outside. It was safe. But we were like keeping the music scene bumping and jumping, even though the world was shut down, and that was really cool. And just recording a lot. It's cool being in a collective with mostly rappers. Like there were a few singers in the group as well, but it was mostly rappers. So it was cool to be not only the only woman in the collective, but um, one of the main like singers, I guess.
Yeah.
So just exercising my pen in like a rap kind of way because I'm surrounded by rappers all the time. That was really cool. And just being motivated because we were all making really good music where everybody's really talented and steady hype.
How many people are in it, by the way?
At the time there were 9 people in the group.
None.
Yeah.
Got you. That's cool. So that's like that started in Winston, right?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. I figure. That's cool. Tell us about the creation of the Booga Wooga music video.
Yeah. So that music video again, I was like, ooh. So when I heard the beat, I smoke weed and the little intro part at the beginning, I was like, "Oh snap! Ain't this from Courage the Cowardly Dog?" And I, but it's not. It's from SpongeBob. But
Oh yeah,
when I
no,
heard it, yeah, when I heard it, I thought it was from Courage the Cowardly Dog. So I was like, "Okay, bet. I think you need some courage." And then I was just, I don't know. I'm a real like visual person, and like either I'm writing from like my own experience or telling a story from just like things that inspire me in life. And I think Curse the Cowardly Dog is an interesting show. I liked it when I was a kid. I watched it as an adult, and it's like, oh, this shit is actually kind of trippy. Like, I don't know if I should have been watching this as a kid.
that's what I'm saying. I had to mess this up.
No, I'm talking about that show is nuts. But so I thought about that song and then I mean that show and I was like, how can I like make a song but use Courage the Cowardly Dog puns? And that's essentially what I did. And so for the music video, I was like, okay, well, I want to be Courage. And we were in Kernersville shooting that music video because they have like this little I guess like Kernersville is like one of those old timey like it seems like a place that's like lost in time almost. Like nothing in Kernersville is like modern. It's like everything there is old as fuck. So I was like, period, this would be a great place to shoot this video. And I saw those little cabins and they said that you could shoot videos there. And I was like, oh yeah, bet. So we gotta shoot this here because it looks like the barn house in Courage. And I'm like really crafty, so I made the Booga Wooga mask out of freaking what's that thing called?
Oh,
Like
nice.
like a cardboard, but not
Oh,
cardboard,
oh,
but like a
Cody
poster
Scott.
board. Yes, yes, yes.
I got you. Wait, that's the one that's on the album cover, or the cover, right?
Yeah.
Nice. I didn't know you made that. That's cool as fuck.
Yes, I did. I painted it, I cut it out, all of the things.
What is your favorite villain in Courage the Cowardly Dog?
Who's my favorite villain?
It,
I don't think I have a favorite villain, but my favorite characters was that ugly man. And they thought he was gonna be a bad guy, but he really wasn't. He was just ugly. That was fun though.
wait, hold up. Not Eustace.
No, no, no. It was like he was like green and he had on like a
Oh,
bluish type shirt and he had like orangish red hair and he just looked crazy. I don't even want to say he looked ugly because that's fucked up, but he just didn't look conventionally attractive. So they was being mean to him, but he was actually really nice.
oh,
And then
really?
I like the dude who drive the convertible and he'd be like, watch where you're going, you fool.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. What's like the cat one, like the weird cat?
Oh yeah, he was nuts.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah,
Spooky.
I'm trying to think of. I'm probably gonna have nightmares if I keep going though.
I'm telling you, because the doctor, no, he was terrifying. Like terrifying.
That's crazy that that show like was that made for kids? Like,
You know, I genuinely don't Cartoon Network was a show or a network with cartoons, but I feel like a lot of those cartoons were very like mature
yeah,
type cartoons.
for sure.
I mean, maybe not because I really be thinking about the type of shit that like kids watch today, and I'm like, oh yeah, like that's nothing compared to what kids are watching now.
What is your favorite song that you made to date and why?
Dang. Okay, so it's a time because I didn't. Well, I'm not gonna say I didn't expect. "Gimme" was like a song that like I made, and I was like, "Oh yeah, this shit bangs," but it wasn't like a hitter for me until I like really started listening to it, and I was like, "Wait, actually, this is like a earworm song." So I really love "Gimme," but also one of my favorite songs ever that I've made. I love to perform this song. I love listening to it. Is a love letter to myself, which is ALLTM. People are like, "What's that song, Autumn?" And I'm like, "Nah, nobody listens to Trippy Red." Yeah, a love letter to myself is definitely that's like if Gimme wasn't out, that would be my number one song. But I think they're tied, honestly, those two.
What's it like being a mother and balancing your career with that? How do you do that?
Oh, period. Really, I think I'm kind of I hate to use the word grooming because it has such a negative connotation, but I've been grooming my son to accept um his mom having an entertainment lifestyle. And so I expose him to everything that I do essentially if I can. Like if it's something that he can be a part of, then I make sure to bring him. If it's a show where he can get in, I'll bring him. I let him in on like certain things that I do, like promotion wise. I'm like, hey, I gotta make a TikTok or whatever. And do you want to be in it with me? Or like, hey, give me a second, I need to do this. Or um, you know, showing him like mommy has meetings and stuff sometimes. So give me a second there. And then also, he I co-parent, so like I don't have him 100% of the time. And when he's with his dad, I really try to get a lot of things done, like anything that I can get done. I try to get most of like my recordings or visuals and things done when he's not with me. And plus, I just have a village. Like I'm very blessed to have friends and family that really love me and my kids. So anything I want to do, I'm able to do because people look out for me.
I can't even imagine, like, mad respect.
Heck yeah. I mean, it definitely gets difficult sometimes, especially being an independent artist, because essentially everything I do, well, not essentially, everything I do is self funded. So, like,
Mhm.
anything that needs to be paid for when it comes to my music, whether that be recording, um, like paying for venues to do certain shoots, the outfits, makeup, like all of the things that need paying for um, comes out of my pocket. So, doing that while also having to take care of myself and another individual, it gets difficult sometimes. And sometimes I have to put certain things on hold creatively. Um, but ultimately, it gets done.
Tell us more about the process and creation of Crisis Averted and kinda where you were at in your life, like, what inspired it. That's kind of
Very, yeah. Kindness Averted is essentially that was me going through like everything involved with being maiden to mother. So like being this single gal, meeting a guy, um, not only meeting a guy and like being with him in a relationship, but taking it to the next level. Like it's one thing to like date somebody, but to have somebody's kid is like, whoa.
yeah, that's
And
true.
then all of the things that came with that relationship and like the hardships, the things that didn't go my way, stuff that fell short, the way that I talked to myself afterwards, and then getting through a relationship that wasn't fulfilling. And then not only was this relationship not fulfilling, but now I have a child from that. And this wasn't the best environment and definitely not ideal for me to bring a kid into the world. So like now I'm navigating a breakup that was much more again, like it's not just your average breakup. Like
It
we have a kid now. So
it
um
it
that was
it
essentially just like a journey for myself and a sonic representation of me being like, hey, these are the things that I went through. And phew, I'm glad that's over.
like, just like a
Like, now let's move on. Yeah.
it's like it's kind of the concept album, but it's, like, real life.
Oh, yeah, for sure. It was definitely concept. Like, it was very thought out and very much so. Like, I want to tell the story of like how you could be down bad and fucked up, but at the end of the day, as long as you just keep pushing and making those necessary steps towards feeling better, you'll get to where you want to be.
Now this is a really serious question. All right.
Okay, period.
All right. Question number 14. What would win in a fight, a gorilla or a grizzly bear?
A gorilla or a grizzly bear? Probably the bear because they have their claws and they're faster than gorillas. I feel like, yeah, I feel like if they swat hard enough, they can get that gorilla up out of here.
So, yeah, they got the claws too. Like gorillas can probably like punch and everything, but like I'm
You
used
feel me?
to claws. Like, come on now.
Also, I'm thinking a grizzly bear's diameter,
Yeah, yeah.
like a gorilla is not gonna be able to like grab them, and I feel like that would be the gorilla's strong point.
True.
Would be
Like,
to like try to grab the bear, but it's like you're not gonna be able to put your arms all the way around the bear, so you're cooked. Yeah.
for real. All right. So, grizzly bear, we have it. There we go. What are your goals in life and in your career?
My goal in life is to be happy and at peace. That's my goal in life. My goal in my career is to do everything my childhood or my inner child saw me doing as a kid. Like, so being in movies and cartoons, working with some of my favorite entertainers of all time that are still alive and with us today, being a great performer, and having a positive influence on like the people that I impact through my platform. I've always known that I just been like kind of iconic. So really, that's my goal in my career to continue to be iconic.
Tell us about your track with OG Spliff, Saint Nick, and how that came about.
Oh yeah. Saint, I was about to say Saint Nick. Spliff is definitely one of my favorite artists to collab with. I feel like I've given him some of my best verses on things. Saint Nick, literally, I know that that's a song that has a lot of play and stuff, but I don't even consider that like that much of a collaboration. And he hates when I say this, and everybody hates when I say this, but
Well,
I don't know. Like, I feel like I just hummed in the background, repeated what he said, so I don't feel like I did much, but it was really just he was like, "Hey, can you add a little spice on this?" And I was like, "Heck yeah." And that's essentially what I did. I just hummed in the background and repeated what he said in a little like open part on the song, but that was pretty much it. Like, I think people, because it has so much play, it will be thinking that it's like much bigger than that. But like, I don't even claim that song. I'm just like, "Hey, Swift slid," and I just hummed in the background.
hey, you did your thing though.
I appreciate you.
What has been your favorite performance so far?
I feel like my favorite performance, yeah, yeah, yeah. My favorite performance was my first night on my residency at the Ramcat. My son was there, and he was it. Was it the first one or the last one? It was either the very first one or the very last one. But my son was there, and I was singing a love letter to myself. And he started singing it with me, like, he was in the crowd and I could hear him from
Yeah,
the stage, and I was, like, holding back tears and stuff, and it was just beautiful to see because, like, my son is my biggest supporter, like, anytime I play my songs or if I'm, like, scrolling on the internet and somebody posted my song or something like that, he's like, "Mommy, that's you." So I'm like, "Hey, Fury, yeah, it is me." So I would say that's my favorite show, just being able to see my little one being proud of his mommy doing something she loves.
yeah, that's awesome. There's got to be
Thank
like
you.
you have a very cool and distinctive fashion sense. What inspires your fits and style?
Hey, period. Really? My go-to is like, how can I look like Miss Frizzle today? And that's really like my normal go-to every day. I'm like, okay, cool. How can I look like Miss Frizzle? Fun, funky, colorful. Um, Yeah, and just making my inner child happy. I was one of those kids that like I've been thrifting since I was little, like in middle school type shit. So I've always just been really big into finding my own pieces and like making stuff look cool on me. And also just like knowing that a lot of people don't have these things. I feel like I went through like a very small period where I would only shop at like the mall,
Yeah.
and I was like this is cool. Like some of the stuff is cool looking, but like I'm not different. And I don't like that. Like I want to be different, especially like I grew up in the like 2000s Disney era, and like I don't I, insert picture of how they used to dress on Disney Channel in the 2000s. So like seeing how they used to dress is like, okay, yeah, I want to put on crazy outlandish fits and layer them and wear all the colors and things like that because you stand out and it's fly. Like I just remember even being in like middle school and high school and getting complimented on the clothes that I would wear because I was like determined to put something on that was a little bit different than what everybody else had going on.
What message do you want to spread with your latest single, Gimme?
The message I want to send is, hey man, say man, we too grown to be dealing with people who aren't compatible with us. Like, I don't know, just know what it is that you want from somebody and ask for that and stand on that. Like, don't let nobody should be touching you where you pee and they not giving you what you want. Like, that's so silly. I had like a guy, he was like, I mean, I'm sure he just wanted to touch me where I pee too, but he definitely was just like, what do you want? Like, I'll give you whatever you want. And I was like, dang, hold on. Actually, I need to, you know what I mean? I need to know what that is and things like that. And yeah, literally just know what you want, stand on that, and don't mess with nobody who ain't gonna give it to you. I'm tired of all my and it's not just for women, like it's definitely for men too, because women be playing just as much as men be playing. So I just want everybody to be out here getting what they want because it makes no sense. Everybody complaining and everybody like, oh, I don't have this and I don't have that. Because y'all be accepting less than what you deserve.
Yeah.
So don't do that. That's what I want to say.
Don't settle for less, essentially.
Literally.
Where was the video for it filmed?
Oh, period. Shout out to the compound. That's where some of the shots were at the compound. That's a new art space in Winston-Salem downtown. They have all kinds of cool stuff there. Studio, like recording studio, photography studio. I think you can like print graphics there.
Yeah.
They have workshops. It's like a workspace. So it's really cool. And we shot on what is that? I was gonna say Robin Hood, but it's not Robin Hood. It's like near the Publix in Winston-Salem. I can't think of the area right now, but it's like just this nice, really nice area. The houses are nice. And that's where we were driving the Cadillac. Shout out to Jonathan Kirby for letting me drive his Cadillac. It was scary as heck. That is a big car. Like imagine feeling like you driving a truck, but you low to the ground. That joint was crazy. It was
Yeah.
so trippy.
And you were on camera too, so it was like added pressure.
Yes. And then there were like times where Bosch was like, yeah, can you look back at the camera? I'm like, look back. I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm driving this big ass car, but um, heck yeah. And then where else? Another place was like near Crossnor School. Um, I don't know what part of Winston that is, but yeah, it looked like it was on the farm, but it wasn't.
It was just like in Winston.
Heck yeah, literally.
It's like that in Winston though. Like there's like horses and like
Mhm.
shit like that, like right around.
Literally.
Who are your biggest influences in music and in life?
And my biggest influences in music. It's been changing as of recently. Yeah, let's do recently because it changes as time goes on and as people do new things. Right now, my biggest inspiration is Doechii. I love her. I love, 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 love her, and I love what she's doing for the industry as a whole, especially like in mainstream, because I feel like my artistry and hers are similar in ways that we don't want to be tied down. We just want to make good music.
Mhm.
And like Doshi makes pop music and she's a phenomenal rapper. She can sing as well, so I'm sure she could do like R&B if she wanted to. And I feel like she's like played with that a little bit, but I love how she's just like, yeah, I'm gonna just make what I want to make and it's gonna be good and you're gonna listen to it because it's good. And that's how I feel. And like I feel like that was one of my biggest things. Like when people are like, "Oh, will you sign to a label? Will you do this or that?" And I'm like, I don't want nobody telling me what to do. Like, I just want to make good music. Like, I don't care what the genre is. If I sound good on it, I just want to make it type. So I love what she's doing and how she's just very much so like, you're gonna take me as I am. And I fuck with that the long way. Because I feel like sometimes the industry is like a little bit fake. So anybody that's really themselves and authentically themselves, that is top tier for me. And then Tyler, Creator, always. That's my favorite artist of all time. So he will always be an inspiration. And my peers locally. So like all the people that I see on a day to day making music. I don't even want to get to naming people because I don't want to like leave anybody out. But like all the people that I perform with and like touch the stage with. Um, every artist that I've worked with in any capacity in North Carolina inspires the heck out of me.
Also, I'm manifesting the song with you and Dochi.
Yes, me too. Me too. I really hope she sometimes, and this how I'm big on like just speaking things to my life, but I'll listen to like some of my songs on Spotify, and then their algorithm will play like all of my favorite artists. Like I'm really into Lexa Gates. I love her. Oh, I love her so much, and my music plays on her shuffle and vice versa, which I think is really cool. So I hope she hears me just as much as I hear her. But it's been a few times where like it'll be Doshi music playing, and I'm like, period, Spotify, like yes,
What they're
I
doing.
love that. Yeah, I love that. That makes my day. So yeah, I would love to work with Dochi.
What is the meaning of life to you?
What is the meaning of life to me? I think the meaning of life is to be present. It is very much so to be present. There is no other time than right now. No matter how your brain tries to spin it, the past is gone, the future isn't here. So literally all you have is like what's going on in the present moment.
Yeah.
So I think that is the meaning of life, to learn how to be right here, right now.
What is your message to your younger self?
Message to my younger self, I have one critique and one uplifting thing. The critique would be whatever is making you shy, like take that shit off, girl, because you really fire. And the message would be, girl, you literally are her, and we're doing all of the things that you wanted to do your whole life. And I hope that you're proud of us.
Is there anyone you want to shout out?
I want to shout out my son, Ronan. He's one of the coolest dudes ever. And I'm not just saying that because he's my kid. He is literally so cool. I want to shout out to my parents for doing the nasty and making such an awesome person. That's myself. And I want to shout out to all my friends, literally just all my friends. There are too many to name, but all of them for loving me and helping me through this journey called life and supporting me through everything.
Yeah.
Um, I want to shout out my engineer, Mo, because he's literally changed like my sound and helped me find the way I really want to hear myself on a track. And I really appreciate that because he makes my music sound the way I've always wanted to hear it in my head.
Tell us about your upcoming projects.
As far as my upcoming projects, I don't have much in the works per se. I have been doing like film work, so I've been working on short skits and being in short films. I do want to release more music this year. I don't know if that will be in the form of singles or another project, but I do want to work on releasing more music consistently so people will see my face a lot this year. Yeah, just expect to see me in the being an entertainer in a broader and fuller capacity.
It's awesome. Looking forward to it. When you said a short film, like you've been like acting some?
Yes.
Wow, that's really cool.
Heck yeah.
Is it like independent stuff or are you like
Oh yeah, for sure. Independent stuff.
really cool?
Yeah, same. I'm very into acting. It's probably my favorite form of entertainment, honestly.
It makes sense. It's really dope. And I feel like it takes a lot. Like you have to put a lot into it to like I mean, I guess that's with everything, but I don't know. But you gotta put your entire like being into it almost. Yeah, that's really cool. Wait, hold on. What's is there like a short film that's like released right now that you've been in that like you would
No. There's a it's just a company. I'm very new with them and we haven't started shooting yet, but they have a plan on just dropping short films, like one short film a month.
yeah,
And I talked to them and I was like, hey, yeah, I definitely want to be a part of that. And so we're gonna work on it.
it's dope. That's dope. Like I said, I'll be looking forward to it.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, but shoot, I mean, I think that's a wrap. That's the last question.
Yes. Well, I appreciate you for your time today.
Wise. It's nice to meet you too.
All right, then. Well, Cameron, I hope you have a great night.
All right, you too. Thank you, Flower.
All right, later.